Alright, I haven't made music in 2 weeks. Recently, my wife and I just took a trip to the West Coast and it was awesome. I didn't touch any music, so I'm ready to come back and make something. Now, I've been making music on this channel for a while now, and I've kind of stayed in this one lane of like indie pop, indie folk, indie this, indie that. I'm ready to just switch it up and really just step outside of my comfort zone. I've been seeing this really insane plugin on Instagram called the Nudistort. Yes, Nudistort did send this plugin over for me to create with, but I asked them to because I was like, this thing is freaking awesome. I've seen most people sort of do the McGee thing with it, which, don't get me wrong, is really, really cool. But for this song that I want to make today, I want to take it in a little bit of a different direction. I love Royal Blood. I love Jack White. I love Foals. So I think that this plugin would be fun to try to just really push it to the limit and get as dirty of a sound as possible. And of course, link to the Nudistort will be in the description. Definitely check it out. I think it's one of my favorite distortion plugins I've ever used. I feel like I can't call it a distortion plugin. I feel like that's kind of an understatement because it's much, much more than that. You'll see. So yesterday I recorded 2 quick voice memos of just an idea that popped in my head. So this is the first one here.
The drum beat is like ba 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 ba, and like just a really gnarly
Wow, cool song, man. And then later I had another idea for a guitar part. So you get the idea. But for this, I just want some really heavy, distorted, like overly distorted drums to start, I think. And I'm not gonna worry too much about a performance. I'm just gonna get something really general down so I can structure out my song. I tend to structure my songs horizontally first before building them out too far vertically. That way I have a finished product really before I add the production onto it. For drums, I'm using this kit I put together in Addictive Drums 2. I call it my Nuke Kit. This is a kit I put together a while ago to get that like just really clipping heavy sound. Let's just start with that for now, and then just see where we go with the structure, right? Let's go ahead and open up Nudistort, and already you hear how it's not like a traditional distortion, right? Oh, such a gnarly sound. So you have 2 sides to it. First, you have the distort side with all different types and modes here, a mix knob. See, that's the thing, like, that's not even with the distortion blended in. What if we blend it in there? Ah! It's so freaking gnarly, dude. What happens if we crank the drive up? That might be a little too much. Grain, what does that sound like? So this is grain off. Let's turn it up. All right, what about damping? We also have these global parameters down here where, you know, if I turn the tone all the way to the right, get something very bright. If I turn it all the way to the left, get something very dark. I genuinely don't know what this symbol is, but what happens if we turn it up? Then we have a delay over here, which also, there's a little random dice to where I can just hit it and get something different every time. Whew. So yeah, there's so many different sounds that we can get here. And this delay, I mean, is like, it's your normal delay, but what makes it cool is this abnormality. So yeah, this is just a normal delay there. If we turn the abnormality up. Starts to play a little funky. So this plugin is one of the funnest plugins I've ever got to play with. But I'm gonna start out with this preset called Really Quite Fat. This is probably my favorite preset in the whole plugin because it's just like, it just has a lot of spunk to it. And I'm gonna turn up this little law here. And let's just record a little bit of that guitar so we can start structuring out the song, right? All right, so structure-wise, maybe just have a guitar intro here. So something I do when I'm trying to write something that's just inspired by an artist, I try to think of what that artist would do here. So again, if it's Jack White, I think there's gonna be a lot of space in here. So if I approach this next bit like Jack White would, I think it would be something like this. Or maybe we can bring it down. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know if I'm feeling this groove that much. When I first set out my references, I wanted to make something like Trouble's Coming by Royal Blood, 2001 by Foles, and then Take Me Back by Jack White. And I think I want to actually move somewhere in that direction instead of like the original demo. Maybe I'll save this for another time, but I'd rather do something different. I'd just rather do something fun and something that's not like, I don't know, dragging on a little bit. Let's go back to the drums and restructure this. Oh, I like that 10 times better. Oh yeah, that's the one. Maybe it starts with some kind of like drum intro. And then we have kind of like a lo-fi distorted guitar that's doing that. That'd be cool if the drums in this part broke from, you know, that straight to like... Man, I'm clipping like crazy. Are the drums really that loud? So like maybe for this guitar part, just something super, super simple. And then a second verse, second chorus, and then we'll do like a solo. What if we did like a halftime solo? Or just like a really expressive drum part through here. Damn it. Ooh, that was a rough one. This song is so ridiculous. Oh, and then you know what we do? Just totally take it as heavy as possible. And for this last part, just like all the way 4 on the floor. Yeah. All right, so that's my structure. I think this is gonna be a pretty fun song. Let's go ahead and start with drum production, I think. All right, I think for the drum beginning, I know I wanna start with like, kind of like the Troubles Coming lo-fi drum intro. That's basically just like the overhead in the room, I think. And then we're gonna come in with like a big tom and a snare hit here. This also kind of has some like Queens of the Stone Age a little bit too. Actually, real quick, just to make it feel a little fuller, I'm gonna duplicate this track and then transpose it down a whole octave. So now I have like a bass that goes along with it. All right, this verse is gonna be a little tricky, I think. Should I go open with that hi-hat? Yeah, I'm gonna go open with that hi-hat. It's like my fingers are frozen today. It's crazy what not playing music for a couple weeks will do to you. I need to take this watch off because I honestly think it's weighing me down a little bit. Right here, I want to do some kind of crazy fill, I think. All right, and then for the second verse, I think I want to close that energy up a little bit. I want to kind of get like the, honestly, the drum beat is inspired by, what's that Beyonce song? So I want to get like that kind of vibe in there, you know? Too sloppy, too sloppy. Oh, if I could quantize that, that would be like golden, man. Holy smokes. Well, that was weird. I think that was a mess up with the MIDI, but it's kind of cool. And then just go rampage on the ending here. And I'll have all the guitars accent on that last little bit. All right, I think drums are done. Let's move on to guitars. Oh, what was the chords here? Oh, I messed up that last part there. All right, I think I'm gonna lay down the bass track, which for the bass, I'm just gonna use this guitar, transpose it down an octave, and really just layer it in there. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I'm making cheap mistakes now. It's okay. Yeah, I'm making really cheap mistakes. Like, I'm not even paying attention to the song. I have been going at it like for 2 hours straight now without really taking a break. So if I keep messing up, I think I'm just gonna take a quick break. Sheesh. And for the bass, I think I'm gonna do one channel distorted and just with a lot of that low end cut out, because I still want there to be some grit. And then the other one is just gonna be like purely DI, just pure bass tone there. So this is too much, obviously. Let's see if there's any like other effects that we can apply over that. Sort of like that. And then this one, we'll run it through this bass DI box here in Logic. Man, listening through just one time, like this is a really fun song and there's not a lot going on. I really tried to focus the interaction between the guitar and the drums so they're speaking the same language, they're kind of playing off of each other a little bit versus just like riff and drums, you know? By the way, if you want a mix and production breakdown where I go through every single decision, every single plugin so you can see exactly how I got everything to sound the way it is, you can head over to my Patreon. We also do feedback on your music, some bonus content. It's a fun place to hang around. Link is in the description. Also, if you are looking for help with your productions, I actually run the Music Production Bootcamp, which is a 12-week academy designed to transform the way that you create. It's 12 weeks of lessons, one-on-one mentoring, homework with feedback, a community, and live group calls weekly. It's a really fun place to be. So far, we have like 20-something students in there. I have 4 spots available as we speak. So if you're interested in that, again, link is in the description. But I think I'm gonna go take a quick break from this song because I need to. I think my brain's a little flustered and I wanna give this song some space so I can think about how I can start adding the weird production stuff, and I also have to write the freaking thing. So I will see you in a minute. Real quick, I don't think I made it apparent enough, but taking these breaks and literally stepping outside is so vital to my creative process and what I do. And I think it can be vital to yours as well. You know, you're not really getting a break if you stay cooped up in your studio and you just go on your phone or go on YouTube or anything like that. Like if you're gonna give yourself a break, give yourself like a proper break. Step outside, don't listen to music, just embrace silence. Pretty much the opposite of what I'm doing right here, talking to a camera. But I'm gonna put the camera down and I'm just gonna soak up the sun, enjoy the noise of the birds, you know? That silence that you give yourself is so valuable. And I think in today's world, we don't really get enough of it. It's a little uncomfortable at times, you know? To kind of sit there in the silence of things and not hear anything and being alone with your thoughts sometimes. But I promise the more you do it, the more you'll get used to it and the better it'll feel, of course. So I'm gonna sit in silence here for a minute and then I'm gonna get back to the song. All right, so I think I'm gonna add vocals. I went ahead and wrote just some pretty simple vocals. I mean, I think the focus for the song isn't on the lyrics, but I definitely want to consider them. I definitely want them to feel like they belong. I feel pretty good about what I've written. I'm sure some people will think it's a little too bland, a little too generic, but that's okay because I mean, I'm really enjoying the song no matter what, so. That's not anything anyone on the internet can take from me. For these vocals, I'm gonna try this Broken Up Vocals preset from my alternative rock Logic preset pack. So let's just see what happens. I'll be honest, singing this is very uncomfortable. My wife is home working, so it's like when you're, 16 and recording something in your bedroom and you don't want your parents to hear it. Sort of same vibes right now. But really, the higher vocals is only in these two parts. So if I can just nail these two parts, then we'll be good. Maybe I try some of the other vocals first. Get a little more warmed up.
Will the lights come on this time? Getting far and far behind. I got no safety on the deep end. I'm done trying to.
Maybe I need to take it one line at a time.
I'm done trying to pretend. I'm running from what I feel the most. I'm running fast, but it's getting close. I got no safety on the deep end. I'm done trying to pretend. I'm running from what I feel the most. I'm running fast, but it's getting close.
Oh yeah, that helped it out a lot, I think. Okay, so that feels pretty good for vocals, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and move back to guitar so I can do some auxiliary effects, do the solo as well. But other than that, I mean, this song is pretty close to being done, I think. Like, it's where I want it to be, which is pretty cool. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that for the solo. That's very, very Jack White. I think I just got to remove the noise gate and just let that interference come through. Triple track, the last part of that solo. That's so crazy gnarly. I think I'm gonna add some more guitars, but just kind of a little thicker and lower sounding. Like, I mean, just tone all the way down. This is sounding massive, dude. What if I added a high guitar to the end of that too? Yeah, that belongs. I think I'm gonna do one that's 2 octaves up too. Just one maybe. It might be too much, but it just might be cool. Holy smokes. So just to show you a comparison from what it was before adding all these layers, it started off as this. And ended up as this. Dude, that is crazy. I don't care what anybody thinks of this song in the comments. I don't care. I'll be honest with you guys. Some of the last videos that I've done, I've really let the comments get to me. And I've really let that feed into my artistry and my worth as an artist. But the joy I feel from making this song, not even the final result of the song, but the joy I feel from making it in the process that I have, Nobody can take that away from me right now because I am so happy with this wall of sound here. I'm so happy with this. I just kind of want to go through the presets and see if there's like any cool atmosphere that I can make. And actually, I'm going to try this one. Shane Becker, I'm a big fan of his work. He has this preset called There's No Way That You'll Use This. I challenged that and I am going to use it. I'm just going to cut out. If you thought I can make it a video without using the magic switch, you are wrong. And let's add some space echo on that. I think I'm gonna add it onto this part here. All right, I think I'm gonna just like mess around with just some like sounds on the guitar and just try to manipulate them in any kind of weird way I can. And I think that's the last thing I'm gonna do here. All right, I know that sounded like it was just a bunch of random noises. It was. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through each one and just like chop it really interestingly. I don't know how yet. And then I'm gonna mix this and then we're gonna listen to it. But I don't know what this is gonna turn into. I'm very, very excited about this. Real quick, look at this freaking sleepy guy. Oh my gosh. I feel like I don't want to play this song now because of how sleepy he is. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a listen to everything. Again, a full mix breakdown and production breakdown will be available on my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much again to Nudist Audio for the Nudistort, because this song would not be anything without the Nudistort, genuinely. Oh, and one more thing I did, I just took the pitch and speed down by 1%, just to add a little cool flavor on here. And this is the final result. I give you, what's the song called again? I don't know, insert title right here. Holy smokes, dude. This is one of the most fun I've had working on a song on this channel, I think. Genuinely, like, man, it's just so good to shake things up from the way that I usually do them and just to try something new. I recommend that for all creators, you know, whether you're a painter, a writer, you know, write outside your comfort zone, paint outside of your comfort zone, make music outside of what you usually do and outside of your comfort zone, because this has truly brought me so much happiness. I kept saying a few times, like, if no one else likes this, it's okay because I like it. Mainly because I've been really insecure about what I've been making on the channel lately. You know, I give a huge shit about music production and about sharing with others how to find a process for music production. Mainly because I want other people to feel what I feel making it, you know? And that's what the Music Production Bootcamp is about. That's what my Patreon is about. Just other ways that I can help people find their inner creativity so they can feel like this, the way I do right now. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I hope you consider subscribing and sticking around. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace.